Word is you're looking for DedSec.
I know who you are. You can hide in plain sight from most people. Most people don't know what to look for.
You could really make a difference, you know. Join DedSec instead of sitting home on your arse.
Look, I've never really been into team sports, but I'm gonna be here for a while. And the truth is, I like your bartender. I used to help her out on a sort of contract basis. I could do the same for you. If you want.
Hells yes!
Hoped you'd say that. See you in the field. Say hi to Connie for me.
We need more badass folks like you on our team. Glad to have you.
Absolutely. Let's take back the city.
Glad to hear it.
When was the last time I smiled? 'Cause it's feeling like ages. I never know if it could break.
I thought this place would feel like a graveyard. But it's worse. No one's resting in peace around here.
So what's with all the fucking security? This place should be under repair, shouldn't it? Something stinks here.
Enough chatter. What am I looking for?
Any kind of device or component that could still be emitting the signal. It seems to be coming from within the rubble.
Get down from there! Don't bother hiding! I'm reloading! There's only one way this ends. I'm being shot at here!
Fucking got me!
Bugger me. This is it. The signal is coming from this Spiderbot fragment. No indication yet who it belongs to.
Torn to pieces. How did you get here?
Difficult to say, but with an AR reconstruction, we may be able to see what happened to it and if it relates to the attack. Access data relays in the vicinity, and I can compile enough data to build the AR reconstruction. Perfect. 2 more data relays to go. One more data relay and I'll have it. That should do it. Now I'll just take the audio from this stream and the video from D36 and... Got it. Go back to where you found that Spiderbot and I'll show you the AR reconstruction from the night of the explosion.
Got it.
CTOS AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
You brought the payload? Fuck, think we'd go back for you? Don't trust the Kelly dog.
So Clan Kelly was involved in the bombings.
This is a handoff or I'm a fucking pumpkin. Kelly's are just a supplier.
First a spider, and now Webb. What I want to know is who's doing the spinning. Could their contact be part of Zero Day?
Well, don't just stand there. Keep looking.
Bagley, we need to figure out who was controlling the Spiderbot.
I've now fully decrypted the signal the Spiderbot is broadcasting. And while I cannot identify a specific user, it is a call code used by the Metropolitan Police Service.
The police were watching. The plot thickens.
Why don't you aim those human eyeballs of yours at the van's cargo?
Got it.
RDX nitrogen, and the exact same detonator system like the bombs that were planted at Parliament.
0 Day's signature.
There, hurry. We've got other deliveries.
So you were hired to supply all the targets?
Just it. We're all on need to know.
So 0 Day was using a bunch of groups to pull off the bombings.
That's certainly one way to pull off a massive coordinated attack while remaining anonymous. 0 Day needed manpower and resources, but they needed them at an arm's length. And it doesn't take the world's greatest AI detective to see that both Clan Kelly and Albion benefited in the aftermath. Unfortunately, this is the most we can get out of the AR reconstruction. But if we could find the mystery officer who was spying through the spider bot, maybe they could tell us more. Tracing the Spiderbot's serial number, it was assigned to New Scotland Yard 3 years ago. Perhaps more information about its user or its assignment will be available at the station.
So the police were after the real bombers and kept their identity from the public. Why?
The only way to know for sure is to investigate New Scotland Yard.
Albion's taken over the whole station.
And the entire police service. But don't worry, if you're not pleased with your privatized goon squad, just take your business across the street.
Not a fan of cops, but I'll take them over Rent-A-Soldiers.
Not to worry, the only difference now is the uniform, assault weapons, and the fact they're motivated by profit over public service. Now, any record or information on the Spiderbot will be further in.
Is that our favorite spider bot?
According to the serial numbers, this matches the piece of Spiderbot from the Tone bombing site.
Don't suppose you could identify the last user.
Navigate the Spiderbot from out of that room. I'll need a direct connection in order to learn more from our bisected friend.
Fine, I'm on it.
That opening right there looks like a good exit point. Right, get comfy. This Spiderbot might be broken and missing some of its legs, but it can still jump and fit through vents. That's a good way to get through the station undetected. That's a part of the remote detonator system from Parliament. If the Met, or Albion rather, actually analysed it, they would see it wasn't DedSec's handiwork at all. That's Dalton's mask. It must have been recovered from Parliament. It might be the only thing left of him now.
Got it.
Scanning Spiderbot and accessing its internal drives. While I'm analysing this data, you should make yourself scarce. Unless you'd like to explain to your new, heavily armed, privatised police force why you've broken into the station.
Fine.
The Spiderbot fragment you found has a satellite-based GPS module that regularly pushed its location to a specific ground station.
Secret location. Sounds like another breadcrumb on the trail. I say we go deeper into the woods.
Pushing you the ground station's coordinates. The GPS history of the Spiderbot we recovered regularly pinged these coordinates. Our mystery witness to the real bombers must have come to this lovely, damp location several times.
Say what you want. It's a good place to avoid prying eyes.
Or to discreetly dump a body into the Thames.
Any way in?
I'm detecting a surveillance network guarding a space under this bridge. If you can patch into it, perhaps you can take a look inside.
Someone's built themselves an off-the-books cop shop.
Well, if Albion was stomping all over your workplace, you'd find a different place to store your lunch too. And it seems our mystery officer was dedicated.
And their dedication led them straight to the Tone bombing. Question is, why?
The computer's dusty enough to kill an asthmatic, but there may still be something useful on it.
This is Inspector Caitlin Lau. Well, former inspector now. Since Albion's coup, the Met is no more. The police brass had already buried the evidence anyway. Everything implicating Albion and Clan Kelly in the bombings. But I know Mary Kelly's band of twats were involved. And they're involved in other crimes we can look into. Me and a few good mates are willing to go off book, going after Mary Kelly again. I'll never fucking learn, will I?
There we go. I'm in.
Inspector Caitlin Lau, video log. Clan Kelly and Albion are teamed up on some deal. I don't have all the details, but it looks to be human trafficking. The European Processing Center is the Albion angle. Since the bombings, they can grab anyone off the street. Call them illegal immigrants, potential DedSec insurgents, whatever. Though we know who the real danger is. So, Clan Kelly gets hold of these people, these immigrants, deportees, victims, really, and they're taking them somewhere. But where and why? It all comes back to the boss lady herself. I knew she was into something, but she wriggled off the hook. There's only one way I can do this. 24/7 surveillance on Mary Kelly. If I'm caught, well, this will be my last entry. But I have to see what she's hiding.
So, our mystery officer was Inspector Caitlin Lau. It sounds like Mary Kelly was her white whale, and her investigation led her to the bombings.
So Albion's working with Clan Kelly. How do the worst scum always end up in bed together?
It seems like Zero Days Web covers all of the unsavory bits of London. Tug on a thread, and it leads back to them. Clan Kelly and Albion included.
Not DedSec's style to sit back while people are being taken off the streets. We need to act.
Inspector Lau mentioned Albion is running their part of the operation out of the EPC. Detectives like us call that a lead.
All units, I repeat, all units. We have reports of a hostile in your area. Proceed. Moving in hostile's direction.
Suspect is unsighted. Unsighted, sweeping area.
This Albion Clan Kelly business leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And if Caitlin Lau's right, then this little nugget jumps to the front of the queue. We have reason to believe a former DedSec operative may still be alive, but missing inside the EPC.
Angel Lopez, not London-born, but I won't hold that against him, unlike some others.
Looks like Angel got caught up in the immigration roundup, which, ironically, may be the only reason he escaped Zero Days DedSec purge.
Anti-immigrant sentiment has grown in London since the bombings. Albion fuels it. It allows them to send anyone they want to their brutal refugee camp.
We need to find Angel before they discover he's dead, Sec. This is kind of personal team. But finding his trail might just shed some light on the Albion Clan Kelly connection.
The silver lining is we know he's still in the country. No one's taking deportees from the UK. They'll be stuck somewhere in the EPC.
I've sent the details to your device and advised our contact at the EPC. They can get you inside.